Let's go.
Damn. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Louis. I'm about to fuck this joint up. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Damn. When I hop in the booth, they fuck with my sound. Put that shit on the scale, we taxing pound for pound. Nigga keep this and put them in the ground. My shit in your ear and tell me how it sound. A nigga too smart can catch me out of bounds. Let's go. That bitch got cooked like some chicken. And he lying, he not rapping what he living. Yeah, that's my cousin, but this shit a business. Work that bitch out just like we doing fitness.
Maybe it wouldn't happen here, or did you always feel confident with that?
I felt confident, honestly, from talking to my agent buddies, to the conversations I've had with Coach Rivera, and it was very evident that they wanted me to be here, and I wanted to be here. And obviously, this is a business. I've understood that since I've gotten here.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about Terry McLaurin and his press conference that he just had. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links are down below in the description. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So Terry McLaurin had his press conference today post the contract extension, and it was a good watch, man. It was about 33 minutes, and it was just, you couldn't be nothing but happy for Terry McLaurin. Like, you couldn't feel nothing but just happiness in the room, man, and just be excited for Terry, man. And he spoke to the media, and he really just reiterated everything that he said in his letter that he put out a couple days ago. And again, it was just a great feeling, man. He thanked his family, he thanked God, he thanked the Snyder family, the ownership, he thanked the coaching staff, he thanked all of his friends and teammates from Cathedral High School to Ohio State and Columbus to now with the Washington Commanders. And again, it's just a great feeling, man, for such a great dude, for such a humble guy. He deserves every penny, man. He's the guy that shows up to work, and is the last to leave kind of guy. Like, that's just what Terry McLaurin is. And again, he deserves every penny that he's got. And he's still not satisfied, he said. I got some interesting notes from today's press conference, starting with this one. I'm going to get it where everybody can just hear the biggest thing that they want to hear. Terry McLaurin is going to work out with Carson Wentz, okay? And that's the biggest thing that everyone wants to hear. I had to get it out there now at the beginning of the video because that's the biggest note that everybody wants to hear. When is Carson Wentz and Terry McLaurin going to work out together? When are they going to build that rapport? They're going to do it today. Terry McLaurin is flying out to California to go meet with Carson Wentz, and they're going to go ahead and work on some things and finally meet and build that rapport. Exciting, man. Exciting, because that's what we want to see. It's not just going to be Terry McLaurin. It's going to be a few other teammates, too. I don't know who else. Maybe Jahan Dotson or something like that. But I don't know who else is going to be there. But Terry is going to work with Carson Wentz, and that's exciting. That's what we want to see, right? And he also touched on some other personal things. He got a little emotional just talking about his grind to get here. Like, guys, do we forget that Terry McLaurin is a person that wasn't highly ranked coming out of high school? I mean, the way he got his offer from Ohio State, he had to come back to Urban Meyer's camp after Urban Meyer telling him to go catch 100 balls a day, and then he got offered. And when he was even playing for Ohio State, man, his first, I want to say 4 years there, he only had 600 receiving yards, man. And he was just a guy that's been undershadowed, overlooked, I should say, his whole entire sports career, man. And again, it's great to see that he's finally getting the recognition that he deserves, man. The hard work that he puts in, every day is finally starting to pay off. And another thing that just makes me so happy about this whole situation is that he's not satisfied, man. He's not satisfied. They asked him, hey, Terry, what is the next short-term goal for you? I want to make the playoffs. I want to compete for a Super Bowl. That's what Terry McLaurin said. And he said he spoke with Doug Williams and Gary Clark, and he said Doug Williams, his goal is to keep that 17 alive, man, keep that 17 running, that legendary 17 going. And he spoke with Gary Clark, and Gary Clark showed him the ring that he won with this team, with this organization, and Terry wants to add to that, and I love to see it. I love to really, really see it, man, because he's a guy that deserves it, man. He's the face of this franchise. Jonathan Allen, same thing happened with him last year. Deserved it, every penny, and again, these are the first two guys to really reap the benefit of, if you show up and do it right, you're going to get rewarded for it. You could throw Chase Roulier in there too, J.D. McKissick, but mainly Terry McLaurin and Jonathan Allen, man. Because they're the guys that when you think of this team and you think of the new culture we're trying to build, Terry McLaurin and Jonathan Allen come to your mind. They come to your mind, okay? And again, it's just great to see. Now, besides the Carson Wentz and Terry McLaurin link up that's finally going to happen, there are some other things that he said that really stood out. So Terry doesn't miss practice, as we know, and they asked him how was it during this whole negotiation process, because we know he sat out of mini camp at OTAs, and we made a bunch of videos about it, saying, should we worry about this? Should we be concerned that Terry isn't showing up? And he said it was weird. He said he didn't like it, man, because he wants to be at practice with the guys. He wants to get better, but he understood why he had to do it, because he was negotiating a new contract, And again, you don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize your contract talks with the team. So he understood why he had to do it, but it definitely was weird for Terry, because he's a guy that loves practice. He loves getting better. Terry said it his own self, man. Like, yes, it's great to go out there and play on game days and show what you can do, show what you've been working on all practice leading up to the game. But he loves the grind. He loves this time of the year, training camp, getting better, refining his tools, man, just always getting better, man. And Terry said he loves when people are honest with him and not just a yes man. Like, he loves when people are real with him, telling him what he needs to do better, what he did wrong there, instead of just saying, oh yeah, man, that was perfect all the time. He doesn't like that. In a world where we live in, that's all people want to hear, and he wants you to just keep it real with him. And I love that for Terry, man. I love that. That's how he thinks, and that's how everyone should really think. We should love getting criticized and being honest about it. Constructive criticism is the word that I was looking for there. Terry McLaurin said this also, says Washington is focused on where it's headed, and the players trust Ron to handle any of the outside noise and controversy. So basically, he's addressing, without saying it, the ownership issues and then the Dan Snyder stuff, without actually saying it. He says Ron is handling all that stuff, and again, we know that. We know Ron is taking care of that. Unfortunately, he has to, because he can't just focus on coaching just with this organization, but that's what he signed up for. Also, Terry McLaurin said this. He says, working on with Ron Rivera in this process, you never know until you know, but I always had a feeling this would have got done. And he also alluded to, like, this process with Rivera. It was good. It was healthy. They told him from day one that they want him back. They want him here long term. And the same feeling was mutual from Terry's side. And it was just a matter of time before they got it done. And I'm glad they did. JP Finley also posted this. Terry McLaurin talks about always being an underdog, and that the work he puts in is the difference. So surround yourself with the right people and do the work. Wise words. I quote, "It's really cool to be standing here as a kid from Indianapolis that had a dream to play in the NFL." And like I just said a couple minutes ago, Terry was underlooked his whole sports career, man, and it's finally great to see the hard work paying off for Terry, man. Always remember, hard work is going to beat talent. Everything, whether it's sports or just anything. If you work hard at it, you're going to eventually get good at it, man. And that, again, that's we talking about sports here, but that's just with life in general, man. Whatever you do as an occupation, as a career, you weren't as good as you are with it now. When you first walked in, you weren't as sharp at it as you are now. And that's just with everybody. That's with everything, So, again, Terry is just a great person to idolize when you think about how much hard work can just pay off for a guy, man. And it's great. It's great to hear, and I love what Terry had to say. Terry also went on to say this: McLaurin, my career got onto an upwards trajectory when I started to try to turn my weaknesses into strengths. As soon as you get complacent, that's when things start to go hill. And I love to hear it. I love to hear it because, again, once you start to get comfortable, like he just said, that's when things start to go downhill. And he's never comfortable. You know, he always knows it's things I can get better at. You know, I can always improve. Everything isn't perfect. No one is perfect. It's always something that you can improve on each and every day. Okay. McLaurin also said this. McLaurin has repeatedly said how he wants people to be honest with him. That's what drives him and makes him better. Way too many people, not just athletes, just wants to be told nice things. The truth is what's matter, and I just alluded to that, man. Terry loves hearing the truth, you know. He doesn't want you to just say, yes, oh, you did this right. Tell him what he did wrong so you can improve on it, man. And it's really, really good. But those are really a few of the notes here. Terry, I guess the final thing I'll talk about here is what Terry said. I cried some real tears because for a lot of my life I really had to grind and work for what I have now. You know, Terry McLaurin reflecting on his journey to this point now, man. So again, it's great to see Terry, finally getting the recognition that he deserves. Finally, receiving the benefits of his work, man. You know, he deserves it. You know, again, this guy's been the best player on this team since 2019. He also even talked about the quarterback carousel that he's been through. He said he doesn't really pay attention to that. He just tries to go out there and be friendly for the quarterback. You know, be someone that they can trust. Whether it's Carson, whether it's Ted Heineke, he just wants to go out there and just be comfortable for them and let them know he can trust them. You know, not just as a player, but as a person too. You know, and again, I just love to hear that from Terry, man. He's that dude, bro, and he deserves every penny, okay? So, yeah, man, there you have it. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. Just a little bit of the notes from Terry's press conference. It was 33 minutes. I know not everyone wants to watch 33 minutes, so you can watch this condensed version of just a couple notes from Terry's press conference, man. But it's a really, really good watch. I do recommend, if you have the time, go and watch that press conference, man. It's just not going to be nothing but smiles and happiness that you feel for Terry McLaurin. Not to mention, the quality of the videos have got way better, man. Shout out to the Washington Commanders YouTube channel. Whoever runs that, you guys have got way better. Man, it was a time where like a couple years ago, the audio would be messed up, you know. But now we're to the point where everything is sharp. So hats off to whoever runs the YouTube channel, man. Y'all are doing great things over there. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. I'm out. Peace.